I want to start off by giving all praises. Want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakat Kadesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. It's all of His truth. Alright, we get into the Sabbath. What is the Sabbath? Alright, so first let's start with Daniel 7. Alright, 25. Alright. And this is talking about this fourth beast. Alright. And it say, and he should speak great works against the Most High, and should wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they should be given unto his hand until a time and the dividing of times. So he should think to change times and laws. Okay. So let's see what they say about the Sabbath. Genesis 2, verse 1 through 3. Alright. The heavens and earths are finished, and all of the hosts of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his works which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it had rest from all his works which God created and made. So that's what the Sabbath is a rest from all your works. Okay. And let's see. Exodus 20. I'm going to do 10 and 11. Exodus 20, 10 and 11. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power, and thou should not do any work, thou, nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Right? So you can't work, and nobody that's in your house is supposed to work on the Sabbath. Alright? And let's see, fine. See, it's fine. It's my bad. See, 31. Alright. 15, 16. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy of the Lord. Whoever does any work in the Sabbath day, he should surely be put to death. Alright. Wherefore the children of Israel should keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. Alright. So it said, if anybody do any work within the Sabbath, he should surely be put to death. So that lets you know the Sabbath was something serious. Alright, see what we got. Alright, Leviticus 23:3. 6 days shall be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. Ye should do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Right? So can't no work be done on the Sabbath. Right? But 6 days you work, and on the seventh day you rest. Is what it keeps saying. Alright? Now, okay. Now I got some slides. And let's get into what the church tells us the Sabbath day is. Alright? Alright. These right here, all these verses that the church give you for Sunday worship. Alright? We just read through a few of them. and read some of the comments that's up under here. Pause usually. Alright, first Matthew 28:1. And I got this what's this thing? NIV version. Can't read it to you. That's why I can't read it. Okay, now after the Sabbath, as the first day of the week began to draw, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to see the tomb. Alright, this is one of the verses they use for Sunday worship. And it said at the bottom, there is no mention of Sunday sacrifice in this text. Alright, so there's no mention. Then you got Mark 16:1-2. Now when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Solomon brought spices that they might come and anoint him. Very early in the morning, on the first day of the week, they came to the tomb when the sun had risen. Alright. This verse tells us that the first day of the week follows the Sabbath. They also informed us that these women had came on the morning of the first day to prepare the embalm the body of Yahushua. Alright. Christ a test for those who should have rest if Sunday had any biblical sacrifice. Alright. Now, whether this was Sunday, we'll get to that in a minute. But it said it was the first day of the week. Alright. Now, you go down to Mark 16. Now, when he rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 demons. Alright, let's see. You got another slide. Alright. And then, okay. So it says, for this verse, again, there is no mention of a day of rest. Alright. So, it didn't tell us it was the Sabbath. Now, on the first day of Luke 24:1, now on the first day of the week, very early in the morning, they and certain other women with them came to the tombs bringing spices which they had prepared. Luke agrees with the other witness, and they came to the tomb on the first day of the week, but never said it was the Sabbath. All right. John the 20th, verse 1. Now the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb early while it was still dark and saw the stone had been taken away from the tomb. And I'm pretty sure the comment's gonna say never mentioned was the Sabbath. Then the same day at even, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, Yahushua came and stood in the midst and said to them, peace be with you. The doors were shut where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews. In Mark 16:14, we find Yahushua reproving his disciples for their failure to believe that he had risen. There is therefore no possible chance they had gathered on this occasion to commemorate the resurrection. Alright. And it's a few more verses here. Acts 20, I can't even say verse 7. Now on the first day of the week, when the disciples came to break bread, prior ready to depart, the next day spoke to them a continuing message until midnight. Alright, and I'm just gonna read that. And then give a breakdown right here. Then this is 1 Corinthians 16:1-2. On the first day of the week, let each one of you lay something aside, storing up as many may prosper. There be no collection when I come. Alright. Conclusion about the New Testament Sunday worship. The disciples had no plans to make Sunday a day of worship. Alright. Now, they keep saying Sunday, but we just gonna stick with what they were saying the first day of the week. They had no plans to make the first day of the week a day of worship. There is no hint in the New Testament that the disciples of Yahushua changed the day of worship from the Sabbath to Sunday. Alright. So that's what they say, that they never changed to Sunday. So we'll see. And now let's get to, is this Saturday, is that the Sabbath every month? Because certain months, Sunday and Saturday is the Sabbath. It's just not every month. So let's see, we get to that one. Alright, let's see. Alright, the origins of the word moon. The word moon can be traced to the word Mona, an old English word from the medieval times. Mona shares origins with the Latin words matrix, which means to measure, and minus, which means month. So we see that moon is called the moon because it is used to measure the month. So that's what the moon does. It measures the month, and that is why it's called the moon. All right, and we go back to the blue letter, and so a moon measures the month, and like it said in Daniel 7:25, and he should speak great works against the Most High, and should wear out the saints of the Most High, and thanks to change times and laws. So, who changed the times and the laws? All right. Now, when you look at our current calendar, it is not set up, and it does not run off the moon, which is what the Most High made the moon for. Let's say Genesis chapter 1, verse 14, I believe. Oh, my bad, I'm at Genesis 14. Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. So you're supposed to use the sky, the lights, the stars, moons, to keep track of things. All right, like, and a lot of the other stuff, we haven't been given back yet, but He gave us back the moon for one very important reason, and let's get into that for a quick. All right. Okay, I got. All right. Remember what it say? The moon is used to measure the months. Okay, and once you get in the moon, is you got a lunar cycle. All right. And, you have a new moon. The new moon is between the earth and sun, the size of the moon facing upward. And then you got a crescent moon as the moon comes around the earth. First quarter moon. Then, the moon gets bigger and brighter until finally you get to a full moon. The moon is 180 degrees away from the sun and is close as it can from being illuminated by the sun from our. Alright, so it's pretty much the moon on the other side. And the new moon is when the moon is back right in front of the sun. So that's how you get a perfect month. And that's the moon go through its phases. That's the month. And the full moon marks halfway through the month. And the new moon marks the beginning of the month. Alright. So let's get into, Genesis 14. And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. Alright, so the moon is used to tell these things. Alright, and let's just type in new moon. as you can see, you type in new moon, and as you read, it's just like 2 Kings 4th chapter verse 23. And he said, wherefore thou go to him today, and it is neither new moon nor Sabbath. And she said, it should be well. So, it's talking about the new moon and the Sabbath. And then you go down to verse 66:23. It comes to pass that one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said the Lord. So, one new moon to another, one Sabbath to another. All right? And you just continue down. It's where just about everywhere they mention new moon, it has something to do with the Sabbath. Amos 8:5, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we might sell corn, in the Sabbath, that we might set forth wheat? All right, so pretty much, saying you can't buy or sell on the new moon is what that was saying. But it's a new moon and Sabbath. It's just both of them go hand in hand. And was it Galatians 2:16? Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of a holy day or in the new moon or of the Sabbath day. So what we get from this is that the new moon marks the Sabbath for the month. And the way it happens is you have a new moon, you have the Sabbath day, and then the day immediately after the new moon is the first day of the month, which could be any days because our calendars are not right. Because just like we got into earlier, they changed times in laws, as it says in Daniel 25, and think to change times in laws. All right, because what happened was the Romans actually lost complete track of time, if anybody knows anything about history. So even to this day, nobody has no idea what year it actually is, because they had a weird 8-day calendar and lost complete track of time. And even to this day, their calendar does not match up with how a biblical month is supposed to be kept. So therefore, their days makes it seem like the Sabbath is changing, but the thing is, their calendar and their months are off. So the Sabbath is not really changing. It's just their calendar is just so corrupt, it can't stay on track with the biblical calendar. And that's why the Sabbath day seems to change to a different day every month. All right. And these months, these Roman months, got their names because, like the month of July, that is named after Julius Caesar. And it's just something to know. And so let's look at see, I got one more slide. This one right here is pretty much showing the new moons, and the new moons are the Sabbaths for that month. And whatever day that new moon fall on, it's the day that the Sabbath fall on. Right? And then we got established how to tell when the Sabbath is. Let's go into what you can and cannot do on the Sabbath. Just a few things, not much. We ain't gonna. All right. Exodus, I think it's 35. Oh, at 35:3. You should kindle no fire throughout your habitation upon the Sabbath day. So that means ladies and allowed to cook, okay? You can't cook on the Sabbath, and what it says in earlier scriptures is that you should cook the day before the Sabbath enough to last you through the Sabbath. All right? Not allowed to cook on the Sabbath. And, okay, let's see. Let's get Nehemiah 10. Right? And if the people of the land bring were of any virtues on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day, and that we would leave the 7 years. So pretty much what this is saying is, you can't buy and sell on the Sabbath. All right, that was the part I was trying to get at the beginning. You can't buy and sell on the Sabbath. All right, and Leviticus. This is the one people I always debate about. All right, so if I think this is all right, the woman also who man should lie with, seed of complication, they should both bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. All right, here's the thing. You're not supposed to be unclean on the Sabbath. So having sex makes you unclean. So that means you're not supposed to have sex on the Sabbath. All right. And then you go into Isaiah. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yes, Isaiah. Isaiah 58:13. All right. I said it right and put it in right. 58:13. All right. Now, if thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and should honor him, and not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasure, not speaking thy own words. So pretty much what this saying, you ain't supposed to be partying, going out, doing your own pleasure, and we both know sex is your own pleasure. So these are things you're not supposed to be doing on the Sabbath. So just something to keep in mind. So that was a pretty good, I guess, on what you're not supposed to do on the Sabbath. And I guess I just ended with it. That's the next Sabbath day.